lost in the Lone Star land, with boots on my feet and dreams in my hand. A little sassy but a whole lot of grace. You'll see that fire when you look in my face. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. From the blue bonnet fields to the city streets, every step I take feels like home to me. With a little sass and a lot of pride, this Texas girl's got nothing to hide. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Gummy shoe prints laid them down the street. Chocolate wrappers hiding secrets sweet. They don't miss a beat, they've got a knack. With licorice ropes pulling answers back. Twist the wrapper to reveal the truth. A sticky web spun by a candy slough. No sour lies can escape the grip. These lollipops always crack the whip.
Hello, my beautiful friends. How are y'all doing today? Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Good to have everybody. Hello, Cecilia. Hello, Teresa. She is still on her vacation. Hope you're having a great time in Turkey. Enjoy for all of us. Hey, Queen, how you doing? And Heather, me and you. You be careful driving, girl. Hey, Miss Rhonda, I did not get to call you back earlier. Sorry, my granddaughters called. Y'all, my granddaughters miss me. They were begging me to come home today. But let's see who else we got here. Lori, how are you doing? Lori's with her hubby at the doctor. You take care of him. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. Charlene, I said hi to you, Charlene. Hey, Lolo, how you doing? Let's see. Anybody else pop in here with us? Heather. Hey, Vanilla. One night in Idaho. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Vanilla. I will definitely check that out tonight. Let me hold on. I'm going to take a screenshot of that real quick so I got it and I won't forget what it is. Okay. I'm going to watch that tonight. Hi, Miss Kelly. How you doing? Let's see. We got Tam. How are you doing, Tam? Good to have you with us. Anybody else sneak up? Hey, Mama, how are you? Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Kyron some more because his mother is really pushing hard for some answers for him. So we will definitely be talking about him some more. I do want to ask everybody to please say a quick prayer for TJ. She is driving cross country and she just sent me a message. She has about an hour to their destination and they are under a tornado warning. So prayers for her to drive safely. She won't be in chat probably till next week sometime. But anyways, thank you all for being here. Appreciate everybody so much. Everybody that's just listening, hello to you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate y'all so much. I started, y'all. I'm gonna turn my camera for a minute, but hot mess going on right here. I got out of the pool earlier and went for a ride on the golf cart while my hair was wet. Took my dog riding around, and the wind was blowing pretty good. And my hair looks like a tornado has hit it. So, anyways, hot mess for sure. Oh, Tam, you're so sweet. Thank you. You don't have to say that. I look like a hot disaster, is what it looks like today. But I'm not worried about it because I am fixing to go back down to the pool with some friends this evening. And we will just sit in the pool and chat and catch up. I have made friends here over the years that we've been coming. Oh, thank you, Tam. It is all natural, y'all. This is all natural. This is just what it does. And you could tell where the wind was hitting me, and my hair here is going up, and it's a hot mess for sure. And then look how swelled up I am. I'm very swelled up. Thank you. Thank y'all. Y'all are sweet. My hands and my feet and my face are really bad puffy. I don't know what's going on, but more than likely it's my kidneys. But anyways, thank y'all. Y'all are so sweet. But we got some good people we've met down here along the years, and there are some very dear friends of ours. I'm a hot grandma. Thank you, Tim. I tell you what. Hey, Bo. Um, my oldest granddaughter got a phone right before she went to her twirling camp, and she's been texting me. She's been calling me, and today they both called, and they were on speakerphone together, begging me to come home. Started out by saying their dogs miss Ziva and they need Ziva back home. And I was like, well, Ziva and I will be back. And they're like, no, really, the dogs are depressed because she's not here. And my son's in the background going, Mom, the girls want you home. So we talked for a good while, had some fun. But, anyways, the puppies are doing good, y'all. I'm a little sad to go home because little Emmy Lou has gone to a new home. I thought they were going to keep her, and they did not tell me. Now, this is according to the girls, and I'm not sure, if they're just telling me that. I don't know. But oh, my heart's going to be very sad if she's not there. Oh, TJ is traveling. TJ is on a road trip, and she's heading up north. And she sent me a message. She has about an hour to go, and they are in a tornado warning area. So y'all keep your prayers up for her for sure. And she probably won't be here for the next several days. So just safe prayers and safe travels for her. But anyways, so guys, we're going to get started here. And let's go ahead and get this going. We're going to talk about little Kyron Hormon, who went missing. I don't even remember the year. Oh, well, good, me and you. You be careful what you're doing. With whatever it is you're doing, be safe and be careful. But little Kyron's been gone for a very long time. And although they pretty much know who took him, yeah, it was like 2008 or 2009, somewhere around there. 15 years, that's it, 15 years. Because he would actually be, 22 this year. Hey, Catfish, 2010, something like that. But I know they know things, and why nothing's happening, I'm not quite sure. But don't forget, the stepmother was the last one with him. Once again, a correlation that father's at work. Oh, hey, Legally Blonde, give Shakira a big pet for me. Tell her Lolly loves her. But hey, Retha, how are you, my friend? But the stepmother was with him. She pretty much had raised him. The dad had custody because mom had cancer and was having treatments, but mother was still a big part of his life. He had been crying on the phone, wanting his mother to come get him, but his dad would not let that happen. And after he went missing, issues started rising up with the stepmother and her version of what happened. We're going to watch 3 different short clips. They're not very long. And it's from the Dr. Phil episode. And he is talking to the stepmother. And guys, all you have to do is look at her face. And you just want to slap her. Just look at the way she looks at him while he's talking to her. It's unreal. Let's listen to this first one real quick here. All righty, here we go. Let's get this big. Let me get closed caption on. And here we go.
Tell us about that morning. You were there. You took this child to school.
Yep.
What happened?
Normal day, just nothing out of the ordinary. Got to school about 8:15, I believe, and went to the classroom. He had his library books to return to the librarian, saw the teacher, the PTA president was in there, talked to a couple other kids, and there's the infamous picture I took of him standing by his poster. And then we walked, I mean, because I can have the detail. Yes, that one.
Yeah, but you said some people say you photoshopped this picture.
Right.
There were people standing there with you
Yes.
that have nothing to do with the case other than that they work at the school that said, I was standing there when she took the picture. I saw her take
Yep,
the picture.
And the PTA president, she was there, and she actually had mentioned, yes, that she saw me do it.
So, I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, people saw you take the
He's got his
picture.
arm behind him for balance, so
Right.
his left arm, and so
Yeah.
people just, I don't know, but
People made statements that they were there and
Right.
saw you take the picture.
Right.
In the school, you've gone to the science fair, which is his project in his classroom. You return library books. He wants to see some other science projects. The science fair was actually the day before.
Right.
You thought it was this day, but it was the day before.
Right. So we were told to bring the items on the 3rd, which was a Thursday, which was his diorama and his portfolio.
Right.
And so we took the truck, and then we went to do it then. And that was about 8 o'clock in the morning, dropped him off for that. And the teacher didn't say a word about, we were told to put them all in the corner. And so we put them all in the corner, and I saw the pile of other projects. And so I just assumed it would be the next day. She didn't say anything to me. I was all the way in the classroom with him at that time. So by the time I got there and take the photo of him in front of his project, I'm assuming that everybody's going to do a tour, and then they're going to do like their little presentations. Yeah. But that was
already been done.
Right.
So you weren't there for the actual presentation, but you saw it the next day.
Right.
Okay. Describe the last time you saw Kyron. Where?
Okay, so let me say something about that. Okay, Legally Blind, you got little Emmy. Oh, that's cute. So the stepmother's sitting here telling us that she took him to school that day with his diorama. They had to take the truck. Let's go back to look at this picture here. Let's see. Where's that picture? Let's go back. Right here. Look at that picture. Folks, let's go back to this. It fit on a desk. It's on a little desk. On the top of that desk, why would she need the truck? Why would this stepmother need a truck to carry this foldable 3-piece backdrop and the little piece in front? Why would you put that in the back of a truck? I call bull on that one. That could fit in the back seat. It could fit in the front seat with him. It wouldn't matter. She did not need the truck to get his project to school. That would have blown out of the back of that truck, folks. It is nothing but a lie that she's told. Okay, we're going to get back to let's start right here.
And so I just assumed it would be the next day. She didn't say anything to me. I was all the way in the classroom with him at that time.
No arrest.
So by the time I got there and take the photo of him in front of his project, I'm assuming that everybody's going to do a tour, and then they're going to do like their little presentations. Yeah. But that was
already been done.
Right.
So you weren't there for the actual presentation, but you saw it the next day.
Right.
Okay. Describe the last time you saw Kyron. Where was he and where were you?
I was at the top of the stairs. There's 2 levels to the school. Right. Okay. So his class is on top. And we had done our search around at the different classrooms, and then went down below because he wanted to see his kindergarten, 1st grade teacher, to say hi to him before we were done. And so he went up the stairs by the office, and I went up the stairs that are by the gym. And then, so I've got the baby.
Okay, first of all, why would she be going up different stairs across the other side of the school than him when they went to go see his last year's teacher? wouldn't they have gone the same direction? This lady can't even get her story to where it actually sounds correct.
Or his diaper bag. And so he beat me up, the stairs. And then he was going down the hallway. I saw him go. I stood at the top and watched him right about as he got to his door, his classroom door. The back, last thing I remember is the back of his head.
Now, that has been proven to be nothing but a lie. Because according to Kyron's mother, the stairs that she says she went up and watched him go to his room, she said she was on the top of the stairs, and to turn and look towards his room would have been the side of a wall. She didn't say she walked around the corner and watched him walk. She said she stood at the top of the stairs. It's a straight up lie.
Okay, was his classroom 209?
I believe that's the number. It's the one at the end. I never really looked at the number, but yeah.
The one at the end is 213. His parents.
Now see, 209 is the one at 209 is where the X is right here where it says Kyron's classroom. She said he came up the mechanic or merch whatever here and came up that side on the stairwell and walked to his classroom, which she said was at the end of the hall. She's over here where it says stairwell. See where it says Terry last seen Kyron right there? But there's at the top of the stairs is a wall. She would have had to get on that walkway, and his room was not at the end of the hallway. Make it make sense, folks. And you see it on this diagram here. It says student sees Kyron at 9 a.m. right here. He was right at the front door at 9 a.m.
Parents say it's 209, which is exactly where the X is.
It's at the top, the main entrance in the hallway on the left. That's his room.
Yeah, it goes 213, 211, 209.
Oh.
Odd numbers on this side. They say his classroom is 209.
Well, they've only been to the school the first day of kindergarten, so they wouldn't know the school very well. His classroom is actually the very last on the top. It's all the way at the end.
See, once again, she's going to argue with the fact that his room was all the way on the end of that hallway. In all actuality, his room is the room that his science fair exhibit was put into in his room. And it's in the middle. But she's going to argue that case.
Okay.
Right by the stairs. His door to his classroom is right where you can see the stairwell, the line for the stairwell.
Uh-huh.
That's where his class is at.
All right, help me out here. So you're saying that his classroom is on the second floor, not the first floor.
Correct.
Okay, and you're saying his classroom is down here?
It's above the letter A for classroom.
It's above the letter A.
Yes, that's where the door is.
So it's right here.
Yes.
Okay, so this is his classroom.
Yes.
Not here.
Correct.
Okay. So his classroom's here, and this is on the second floor.
Correct. That's actually the main entrance.
Okay, so when you're standing here, you're at the top of the stairs on the second floor.
No, actually, that's where the buses come in.
Uh-huh.
The depiction of where I'm at is correct, where it says I last see him. That's correct, because that's right.
Right here?
Yes, those are stairs. So the front door, south entrance, those are stairs that go up right by the office. And he was seen by the school secretary, another child, after I left at that same location.
Same location. Isn't that something? Now, we're going to go to this one.
Terry Hormon, Kyron's stepmother, was the last known person to see the second grader on June 4th.
I believe that Terry Hormon knows where Kyron is.
Stepmom Terry Hormon remains at the center of the investigation.
Now, Kane Hormon has filed for divorce and also slapped Terry with a restraining order.
She talked about failing polygraphs. The story to her and the story to me in multiple different occasions didn't line up.
Was Terry a drinker?
I believe that she was, yes.
Did she get a DUI?
I believe it was a DUI and also child endangerment. Her son was in the back seat.
She put down in writing that her and Kane were up until 3 a.m. fighting about their marital problems, that she had told him she was done with it all, that she was moving back to Roseburg, they were getting a divorce, and it was going to be Friday, the day that Kyron went missing.
So you think that she might have done something to Kyron to hurt Kane?
Yes, definitely.
Now, I wouldn't put it past this woman, whatever her reasoning was. Hey, Holly. Hey, Brandywine. Everybody else that's coming in. Welcome, welcome. Thank y'all for being here. This stepmother cannot even get her story correct. It's insane.
What do you say to that?
There is no email or writing. I don't even know what she's. Wow. No, so much to address in that. First of all, there was no something written. I don't know what she's talking about written, because Kane and I did not have a fight the night before.
So you two were not on the brink of divorce?
We had issues, but we weren't fighting. We didn't fight. It was discussions, maybe heated discussions, but we didn't have screaming, yelling matches of any kind. But of course, people are going to have, not see eye to eye in a marriage.
Was the marriage unwinding at this point? Was the marriage in trouble?
I wasn't happy, yeah.
You were unhappy?
Y'all look at her. She just looks like a bitch. Sorry to say that, but she just looks that way. And the way she looks at Dr. Phil like this, she's just cranky, y'all. She's super cranky.
I wasn't happy.
And did he know that?
Yes, she does, Holly.
I had told him as much, but he's not very good at listening sometimes.
Because I've seen footage and all of the press asking you about that, and you're saying no, everything's fine. That's all a rumor.
I was told to. I was told by law enforcement when that particular thing they told me, if you get caught by the media for any reason, if they come on you and you're not expecting it, just whatever you can make up at the time. Just make sure, just tell them everything's fine if they ask. That's what.
She must have talked to, Mr. Snuggle Struggle, like Christopher did. Make sure you don't say anything. The cops telling you what to say, what not to say, is nothing but a load of crap. It's insane to me that people can sit here and tell everybody, well, the cops have told us not to say anything. Nope. The more you talk, the better it is for them to do their job. Hey, Sipping On, how you doing? Thanks for being here.
That's what I was told to say.
But you lied to the media.
Yes. In that case, yes, because I was told to.
Exactly, Vanilla.
So some cop tells you to lie about your status, and you say, okay. Some cop tells you don't go and talk about finding your son, and you say, okay. I don't understand that. It would seem to me, if your son is missing, absolute transparency would be your number one tool in finding that child.
What was that, Dr. Phil? Wait, whoa. If your child is missing, 100% transparency is what you need to help find your child. Katie, Chris, y'all listening? It's called the Liars Club.
Transparency and getting out there and putting the word out there, transparency and saying, I don't want any drama. I don't want any mystery. I'm going to tell you the truth about anything and everything. But instead, you don't speak out. And when you're asked questions about the status, you lie about it. That doesn't, I don't understand that. And if you did follow that advice, why are you speaking out now?
Because he needs to be found.
We need to be found then.
Yes, I was told not. I was following orders. I'm doing what I'm told to do because I want him found. They're saying do it.
Okay, can anybody make that part make sense? Because she's doing what she was told to do, to lie and to not tell the truth. Because she wants him found. Do people who lie actually believe that they're fooling the entire world? It's incredible to me, after digging deep into Sebastian's case, we're hearing Kyron's case happened years and years and years before Sebastian ever went missing. And she's doing what she was told to do, and that's lying because she wanted her son found. Katie and Chris can't say things because the cops told them not to. You show me a police officer of any form, any entity that they work for that's going to tell you not to say things, because that's going to help you find your child. It's insane to me. It's insane that people like her, people like Chris and Katie, actually think people like us believe this BS. Ugh, it's crazy.
A certain way, and I did everything I was ever asked to do. I spoke openly for hours on end with investigators, open book, told them every horrible little dirty secret I ever had in my life, anything that was going to help to find him, anything. I didn't care. But I could see how if somebody's not on the inside of what's going on, how they could see it a different way. But I did everything I was supposed to do, and it still wasn't good enough. And everything gets twisted and turned. And it became this,
once again, twisted and turned around because she just told us she lied. That's how things get twisted and turned around. Like Katie's saying, for some reason, things got misconstrued when it came to Sebastian and his age. Sebastian and how he was. She's the one that lied to us all along and said that he was young in mind. She lied to us all along by saying he stayed in your face, in your private area, bubble. He interceded into that bubble of yours. And yet the young man we saw at Texas Roadhouse stayed in his own bubble and was very grown up. But yet they blame all this misconception on everyone but themselves. Brandy, it is so frustrating. It is, because if you're a parent who actually did nothing to your child and people are going to say lies about you, you're not going to care, because you don't care about yourself. You care about your child. Unfortunately, there are people out in this world just like the ones that we have talked about, and they only care about themselves.
Just this attack against me instead of the focus of being him. After I retained an attorney, then I was told not to talk. And I asked him to talk for me, and he wouldn't.
I've worked with law enforcement a lot, and I've heard them say to principals involved in a case, don't talk to the media. I've never heard them say, tell them a flat out lie about your status.
That's exactly
I've never
what-
heard that. They ask you about your marital status, lie.
They said if you get caught off guard, you say whatever you need to get them to get out of your space.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. One more, guys, one more.
Missing but not forgotten.
I pray to God every single day that Kyron comes through that door.
I know he's close. We just need to finish it and bring him home.
This is a K2 News special presentation. The search for Kyron 1 year later.
Terry?
We confront his stepmother about what happened.
Hang on, guys. We're going to pause here for just a minute because I want to say thank you to Mama. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. She says thank you. No, thank you. You are so sweet. And let's give you a little happy dance today. Let me get up to it. Here we go. This is for you. Oh, good golly, Miss Molly. I went to go to end the stream. I didn't want to end the stream. And look at Bo. Bo came in. Bo, thank you so much. I love you. I hope your friend's doing good today and having a much better day today. She is in my prayers. Much. I appreciate y'all for helping the channel. Okay, let's hear some more because they do confront this woman.
What happened? Update where the investigation stands now and take you back inside Kyron's school with his father, Kane.
And good evening. Thank you for being with us. I'm Steve Dunn.
And I'm Deborah Nam. Kyron Hormon disappeared from Skyline School in Northwest Portland exactly 1 year ago.
He was just 7 years old, and his disappearance launched one of the biggest missing person cases in Oregon history.
The afternoon of June 4th, that's when people first started looking for Kyron.
Skyline second grader Kyron Hormon did not arrive home from school today.
It is a scramble. By that time, he had been missing for hours.
Family didn't know that he wasn't at school. His teacher didn't see him, so we are feeling like we are behind the 8 ball here.
By nightfall, there is no sign of Kyron, and in the days that follow, the search intensifies. Kyron had been at his school that Friday morning, attending the science fair with his stepmother, Terry Hormon. She took this photo of him with his project on the red-eyed tree frog. She tells investigators she left around 8:45 alone. But at 10, Kyron's teacher marks him absent. His jacket and backpack remain in the classroom.
We're gonna bring you home, buddy. Nothing is more important to your family, your friends, and to us.
After initially staying silent, Kyron's family steps forward on a united front. We see Terry Hormon consoling the boy's biological mother, Desiree Young. They all take polygraph tests, and Kane Hormon says Terry is vocal to the family about failing twice. He learns from investigators Terry had tried to enlist the help of a landscaper to kill him. He moves out with their daughter, Kiara. Divorce papers are filed along with a restraining order.
I don't
Court
know what's
documents
happening,
reveal in the
guys.
midst of that upheaval, Terry is sexting with Kane's high school classmate, Mike Cook. Demands for Terry's cooperation begin.
We implore Terry Hormon to fully cooperate with the investigators to bring Kyron home.
Megan Coxtime was the first K2 reporter to cover the disappearance of Kyron Hormon on June 4th. So, Megan, at that point, were there any red flags that would have indicated this was more than a case of a child wandering off?
Yeah, there were actually two big red flags right from the very first night there when I was up there. The first one was that big chunk of time from when Kyron was actually reported missing. Now, I remember driving up to Skyline School and talking to the Portland Public Schools representative on the way. Of course, as we know the story, he was marked absent at 10 in the morning, then didn't get off the bus in the afternoon about 3:30. And so when I was talking to them, you know, that's a good 5.5 hours of unaccounted time. So when we got on scene there at Skyline School that night, I made sure to ask the deputies, and they told me that in any missing child case, it's really the first 2 to 3 hours that are crucial in getting ahead, finding this child, and bringing this kid home safely. So that was the first big issue. The second one really was the response from law enforcement out there on the scene. When we got to Skyline School, of course, the school was completely taped off. Law enforcement camped out there on the property, not letting us on. And between that 10 to 11 o'clock hour, they actually upgraded the investigation to be a major crimes team investigation. And what they told me at the time was this brings in more resources. So not only Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, but also Portland Police, Gresham Police, and also the FBI. So that was a very interesting factor that sort of made it unusual at the time, that now you're bringing the FBI in to look for a child who had been unaccounted for at this point for, you know, going on 12, 14 hours.
All right, Megan Kalkstein, thank you very much. And within this half hour, we can tell you that our On Your Side investigative team is examining several aspects of this case. Our Anna Canzano has candid interviews with Kyron's parents. Kyron Hormon takes her inside Skyline School and shows her what Terry claims happened the morning of June 4th.
She travels to Medford, where Desiree Young offers her strongest words yet for Terry Hormon. Tom Jensen also heads south to Roseburg. What happens when he confronts Hormon about her lack of cooperation with police?
But first, what's happening with the investigation? Even a year later, the sheriff says this is a very active case.
Investigator Dan Tilkin looks at some key unanswered questions and how far detectives are from solving this case.
Now, remember, folks, this is only 1 year after he went missing. Oh, Bo, how sweet. Bo's been a member for 8 months. Thank you, Bo. She says, thank you for all you do. Love you. I love you. Thank you so much for being part of our team over here. Exactly, Retha. There should be. When children go missing, it should never be left in the hands of local law enforcement. And I only say that because you live in that town. Most of the times, you know the people in law enforcement, and you may be treated differently. If you were to have an outside agency come in and take over, they will be looking at things that local law enforcement would overlook because they know the parents, they know the lifestyle, they know the family. And so at any time, I believe there should be an outside agency come in and take over every single time. Rhonda, thank you for that so much. I appreciate you and love you so good. Y'all keep Miss Rhonda in your prayers if you don't mind. She is still battling her illness. Hey, Jackie T, good to have you with us. Thank you, Miss Rhonda. Love you so much. Now, we have to remember in Kyron's case, the stepmother that took him to school, and there are eyewitnesses that say She left with him that morning. He was with her when she left that school. Her best friend is picked up by her shortly after she leaves the school. And they were driving up through a mountainous terrain where there is no cell service. Their phones were both off. There's just too much with this. They made a deal with the best friend that she would not be charged. She had to tell the truth. For some reason, somehow, there was a hiccup in that where she did not tell everything. But what she did tell was a lot. But they can't charge her, and she would not say anymore. It's very sad. Once again, we have an innocent child who didn't deserve what has happened. And yet, in these two cases, the step-parents are the ones telling the lies and telling everyone it is law enforcement that tells them not to say anything more.
Hi, Terry. I'm Dan Silken with Channel 2 News. One of the important questions for investigators, why did Terry Hormon borrow the white truck from Kane the day Kyron disappeared? He says with the intention of using it to bring Kyron's science fair project home, but the project remained at school. Desiree and your husband are saying that you know where Kyron is. Do you know? And why, according to sources, did she lead Kyron's teacher to believe he had a doctor's appointment the day he disappeared when he didn't?
Do you hear that? She told his teacher he had a doctor's appointment. Have you heard her say any of that? No, that's part of her lies.
How close do you think investigators are to solving this?
It doesn't appear that they're close at all.
Lawyer Bruce McCain is a former captain with the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. He believes investigators lost valuable time handling the case as a search and rescue effort for several days before treating it as a crime. He says pinning Kyron's disappearance on anyone is next to impossible because there's been no trace of Kyron.
While it's theoretically possible to prove a homicide of an adult through circumstantial evidence, it's extremely difficult to do that in a child case because they don't leave the electronic paper trail.
He's talking about phone or bank records you could show a jury that were no longer being used. The sources tell K2 there is surveillance video of Terry Hormon visiting two different Fred Meyer stores after she left Kyron's school in search, she says, of medication for her daughter Kiara, who had an ear infection. She claims she then drove back roads trying to soothe Kiara. At 11:39 that morning, Terry Hormon goes to 24-Hour Fitness, puts Kiara in daycare, and works out. By 1:21, she says she's back home, posting photos from Kyron's science fair on her Facebook page. By 1:45, Kane Hormon gets home from work. He says they walk together to Kyron's bus stop, and that's when he learns, for the first time, Kyron had not been at school all day, and the trail ends.
Now, mind you, her fitness stop that she made put the daughter in daycare there at the fitness club. She left 15 minutes later. Now, her daughter was supposedly sick. She had to go to two different places to get the certain type of medicine for her daughter, according to her. Holly, Kiara is with her dad. We listened last time we did a thing on Kyron's case. His real mother was telling us that the dad got custody of Kiara He wanted Kyron's mother and her husband to take this little girl and raise her. She said it was the hardest thing she ever did, but she told him no. He needed to be a father. And from what I understand, she is doing well.
People need to be prepared.
Holly, thank you so much. Looky here, Holly. Holly says, happy Friday. Missed ya. Holly, thank you so much. Love having you here, Holly. Thank you for that, Holly. I appreciate you so much. Okay, let's listen some more.
As we reach and go past the 1 year mark, that the Kyron Hormon case could go on for decades.
Just this week, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office announced the Kyron unit will be scaled down to a much smaller group of investigators. As of July 1st, it will transition to a more technical focus, concentrating on computer forensics. But the sheriff insists they are dedicated to resolving this case.
For the parents of Kyron Hormon, milestones like 1 month or 1 year carry little meaning. The pain of Kyron's absence is felt every day, and it does not dissipate with time.
Anna Canzano returns to Skyline School with Kyron Hormon for his first interview inside that school since his son disappeared.
In the hallway outside what was Kyron's second grade classroom, Kyron Hormon holds on to one of his son's last projects, completed just before he vanished.
Writing about Dad and Grandpa taking him to the candy store. They are so nice to let me pick out my own candy. My favorite are bubblegum, Red Hots, and lollipops.
It was here the morning of June 4th. Terry Hormon says she took these photos of Kyron and his science fair project, then parted ways with
that. Do you see that? She needed the truck to transport this that sat on a desktop. Folks, that lady's a lying heifer.
With him.
So her depiction of what happened is that the last time she saw him, she was down by the main office and he was here outside his classroom.
I think he was coming this way down the hall and she was turning and going the other way. I don't know if it was down the stairs out or out the side door. I can't remember which version of the story it was at the time, which changed a few times. So
it did?
It was, yeah, going somewhere that way.
Okay, but her story changed a few times.
Yeah.
But from there, the questions linger. Where did Kyron go and with who? Why didn't he join his class for the rest of the school day? Do you regret bringing her into Kyron's life?
Well, that's a hard answer because we don't know for sure if she's responsible or not. But based on what we believe, absolutely. Absolutely.
At the Rose Garden, one of Kyron's favorite places, Kyron Hormon tells me adjusting to a new normal means not trying to preserve things in the past.
How does that manifest itself when it comes to your house and his bedroom?
Yeah, it was tough for a while. We wanted to keep everything the way it was. I had the door closed for a while because I didn't want my daughter to get in there and play with things or take things out or mess things up. And I think at one point it was just that realization of, well, why is the door closed? Does it really, does it really need to be, And I go into his room every day, whether the door is open or closed. But it was just that kind of symbolic, leave it open. If she messes it up, so what? You can clean it up. The only conversations we've had is in a few of the dreams I've had, and they're very short-lived. And I always wake up and it feels like they just start, and it's very tough. Those are the situations where I just wish I wouldn't wake up. Because he's just right there and it's the same voice and he's just talking to me and, Dad, I'm right here. And I wake up and I have that, I know he's here. I know he's close. We just need to finish it and bring him home.
Folks, look at that face. Look at that face. That sweet little boy. And those dreams, I know those well. I know those well. where you wished you wouldn't have woke up, just to be able to hear, to see, to actually feel like your child is still with you. That face, man. He didn't deserve all that happened.
Anna also traveled to Medford to talk to Kyron's mother, and she had her strongest words yet for Terry Hormon.
Desiree Young is even more vocal than Kane when it comes to her belief that Terry has something to do with Kyron's disappearance.
Looky here, we met our goal. Jackie T, thank you so much. Stay safe and stay strong. Thank you, Jackie. That is so sweet of you. I appreciate you, Jackie. Thank you so, so much. Thank you all. Now, 100% kudos to Kyron's mother, because she's one strong woman. And she has a drive in her to find her child.
Appearance and isn't telling the truth about what happened that day.
She thinks that she's smarter than everybody, but she is wrong.
So how do you think this ends?
She's going to jail.
From her home in Medford, Desiree Young explains why she's so confident about Terry Hormon's fate.
If you were to ask me that first week when I was standing up in front of the cameras, I would have said it's based.
Mama, thank you for being a member for 3 months. We're so glad to have you with us. She says, what a sweet boy. Yeah, it just breaks your heart. Why do people want to be so cruel? I don't understand it. Kyron's lucky he has a mother who, after all of these years, is still not giving up.
Based on my gut.
Hey, Tisney.
Now it's based on all the evidence, all my gut, and the reasonable doubt is gone.
And what about those first appearances they made in the church across from Kyron's school, when she was already harboring deep suspicions about Hormon?
Look at that woman. The mother is tore up. And here is Terry, leaning on her shoulder, not a tear in her eyes. Makes you want to poke her eyeballs out, doesn't it? Yeah, this is ridiculous, Holly.
I literally thought that God would strike her dead right there. I literally thought I was waiting for it, and I'm standing next to her and I'm going to get hit too.
Young also reveals how she crossed paths with Terry Hormon just weeks ago as she headed north on I-5 through Roseburg, where Hormon is living. On this day, Hormon was on a walk near the freeway.
I was driving through and I looked over and saw her hair and her butt, and I went,
her butt.
I recognized that person and looked as I was driving by, and sure enough, yeah, that's Terry.
How did you restrain yourself?
I almost wrecked my car, I'll be honest. It took me by surprise. It took great restraint. And I just kept repeating, what would Tony be telling me right now? Don't ruin the case, don't ruin the case. Keep driving, don't turn around, don't turn around. So that's what I did.
Today, Young will be dedicating this corner of her yard to Kyron, the corner where he picks plums off a neighbor's tree. Like Kane, she sees her son in dreams, visions that are bittersweet.
You relate to that?
Yeah.
Holly, from what I heard, there was a sighting of him in Idaho, and they were all over the place looking for him. And the person ended up coming forward and saying, I think they are mistaking me for him, and it was not him. So Still missing. I hope that he's still alive. And I hope he's going through hell right now.
Tony and I both have had really vivid dreams of him. Yeah. Just, you pray it's gonna come true. But yeah. Yeah, we just want him home. I'm tired of dreaming.
Still to come, the Skyline community.
It's amazing that it has been a year.
How Kyron's disappearance has impacted the people who live here, including the kids and their sense of safety.
And we go to Kyron's stepmother's hometown, Roseburg, Oregon. Terry Hormon's been living here since July when she left the Portland area. We wonder what she's been up to and what the people of Roseburg have to say about Kyron's stepmother.
All right. This is part 2, guys.
A lot of people in that
It's
area
not
are
very
still
long.
wondering, what happened to Kyron that day and why you stopped talking to police.
This is Kyron Hormon's stepmother,
Yes,
Terry, in
Rhonda.
Roseburg. She went there 11 months ago to avoid all the attention in the search for Kyron.
Welcome back to our special presentation of the search for Kyron. Terry Hormon is at the center of the investigation into Kyron's disappearance. Even though Terry is not a suspect in the case, we sent On Your Side investigator Tom Jensen to Roseburg to talk to Terry.
And he found her right near the house where she grew up. She was with her mother walking the family dog.
Terry, it's been almost a year since Kyron disappeared. Are you willing to talk now? Just about what happened that day? Are you still being advised not to talk to reporters, or is there anything you can say to us? A lot of people in that area are still wondering, what happened to Kyron that day and why you stopped talking to police. Is there anything that you can say in your defense at all about what's going on? Not your attorney still advising you not to talk. Can you tell us what you're doing in Roseburg? Are you working anywhere now?
Terry never answered a single question that day, but she did express herself in emails written a day after Kyron vanished.
And in them, it seems she knew suspicions were settling in on her. She wrote, "The teacher thought I was going to take Kyron with Kitty," referring to their daughter Kiara, for a doctor's appointment. I said I was going to look at other exhibits. How'd he mess that up? His coat and backpack were still at school. I left the school at 9, and he was seen with a man chaperone and 2 girls after I left. There were no men on the chaperone list. That, and it was highly chaotic. Had to be 300 people running around. No coordination.
K2's Anita Kasey obtained these emails from a source who felt people should hear what Terry was saying in the hours after Kyron vanished. Anita, certainly to hear Terry in her own words, very, very telling. What do you take from these?
Well, I think anyone who reads them would take the fact that there is little discussion about the most important person here, and that's Kyron Hormon. In these emails, Terry is really talking about herself pretty much the entire time. She's talking about where she was exactly, giving an hour-by-hour play-by-play of where she was, sort of defending herself. She's
one up on Mr. Chris. He's not giving us a play-by-play of where he was during the time Sebastian went missing. But this mother here, the stepmom, she's trying to make herself look good.
blaming the school, talking about the chaos at school, not really talking about Kyron, looking for Kyron, being worried about Kyron, being fearful for Kyron, the boy that she's helped raise. The source told me too that these emails were the only things that she included. There was nothing else that talked about Kyron at all. And again, these were sent less than 24 hours after he vanished.
What does Terry say about Kyron's behavior leading up to that day?
She says in the few days before and the few weeks before, he was starting to get spacey, walking into rooms, walking back out. The doctor thought maybe he was having mini seizures. She says she made an appointment for him to go to the doctor the following week. that differs from other sources who have told us that she actually made the appointment, or at least told the school she made the appointment for that Friday, the same day as the science fair, which is why no one was really worried that he wasn't in school.
Interesting stuff. Anita could say thank
So there you go, folks. I have one more that we're going to watch concerning this stepmother. And this is another part of the Dr. Phil stuff. Yeah. Exactly, Diana. Exactly. Kyron's mother told us Terry kept calling her, asking her, begging her to come and take Kyron. Just like Katie and Chris were doing with Sebastian, we're putting him in a school. Then all of a sudden he's gone. Kyron's mother was begging to let Kyron come to her home, and his father refused. Hey, Gemini 2. Her friend, I don't know where her friend is, but yeah, Gemini, isn't that something? The Rosenberg is only about 20 minutes from Ford's Pond, the same place Katie and Chris were seen. Sometimes the links and the commonalities between these missing children are insane. But I'm not sure where her best friend is. She's not been talked about very much. But yeah, she did gain some weight, didn't she? Now this one here is going to be very interesting. And this is not very long. And this is another one with Dr. Phil. Here we go. And
there's been a lot made of the fact that you've taken 2 polygraphs, and that the polygraph operators have reported that you failed the first 2 polygraphs and that you walked out in frustration on the 3rd before it really got going. And you've said that the first polygraph seemed to be kind of a normal protocol. The second one seemed like a hurry-up job, that they didn't really do half of what they did on the first one.
Right.
And the third one was very frustrated, and you didn't actually do it.
So the first one was approximately an hour long, and reading the results took about 3 hours to do it. I'm very hard of hearing, virtually deaf in my left ear, so I have to look at people when I talk to them to understand what they're saying. He was behind me when he was doing the first polygraph. So it took me a little bit of time to process what he was saying to respond. I was gone for the 3 hours while he put it together, came back, and he just, I don't even know what was up on the screen, but he said, "You failed." And I was like, how can I possibly fail? I told the truth. And then they came in, 2 of the, Bobby O'Donnell, lead investigator, another guy named Will, he's an FBI guy, he was part of the group. And we're talking to me about it. And after discussion about it, I was upset. Went back, and I had, at that time, called Kane, and I told him, I'm just done cooperating. I've had it. I cannot believe that they're focused on me, or they're not focusing where they need to be. And they took me home. I was at home. The lead investigator of FBI, his name's Lee Gossam, he called me over to the school or the fire station and asked that we have a discussion, and about saying that they needed my help to continue on, because I know Kyron as well as I do. Excuse me, I agreed that I would. I just said, I'm just angry because of all this is going on. He said, well, had you had any other reaction, I would have thought that you were guilty, because I don't feel that way about you. The second polygraph was, the guy was.
Okay, is it just me? Or is this woman having a really hard time telling what actually happened? Is this part of what the police told her to lie about? Because remember, we heard her words earlier where she tells us that the police said when you find yourself in a predicament, a very uncomfortable position, say what you have to say to get out of it. Folks, she's in a very uncomfortable position right here. Yep, she's making it up as she goes. Isn't that obvious? It is so obvious. And after hearing her words already where she tells us, according to the police, they said, say what you have to say to get through that uncomfortable situation. Folks, she's uncomfortable.
I wasn't in a rush.
Well, how much do you rely on reading lips?
It's heavy enough. I have to see the context of the person, what they're saying, their facial expression. It helps a lot.
You had your back to him?
Yeah, if I'm sitting this way and I'm doing it, he's right here at a table. So I can hear out of this ear. It's just, it makes it much more difficult.
Now she can't hear, y'all. Now she can't hear.
We spoke to Jack Tremarco, who does a lot of polygraph.
Jackie T, this is Kyron Hormon's stepmother. When Kyron was a baby, his mother had cancer and was going through treatments. And so his father got custody. She was with the dad. She practically raised him. But not long before he went missing, she's begging the mother to take him. She can't handle him. And now she's the last person to see him, and she's trying to tell her story, but she's already told us how she's lied. All because she wanted her child found. Guys, that don't even make sense. Hey, tap dancer Lizzie, good to have you with us.
Polygraph work for us. And he said that it's very possible for hearing to affect a test result. He said, definitely, if you have a hearing problem, that's very possible that it would affect the test result. I consider him to be the best of the best. He said, but in the pre-test portion of the polygraph, questions are reviewed and it is established that the questions are understood and that it should have been established that she wasn't hearing well before the test was given, if that was a problem.
I told him that. I told the polygrapher that.
And he still got behind you.
Yes. I told him I couldn't hear. Then he made it so that I was scooted over enough that I could hear more out of my right ear.
Did you hear the questions?
I did, but it took a minute to get them.
What did he ask you?
One of the questions was Kyron in the truck with you? Well, there's a fail right there because he was in the truck with me on the way to school, but not when we're leaving. So that one I can't even get right. And that was the one that I supposedly failed.
He didn't ask you if...
Now, if you're going to ask an open-ended question, it wouldn't be on a lie detector test, folks. When they ask you questions, they're very specific about, oh, okay, guys, by the way, TJ just sent a message. She's there. She arrived. She's safe. So, yay, TJ. But anyways, they would have asked her, was Kyron in the truck with you on the way to school? She could have said yes. Then they would have asked, was Kyron in the truck with you when you left the school? They will be very specific. They're not going to leave a question out there that's open-ended for you to end up failing No matter what you say, this woman is so full of herself. It's absolutely sickening.
If you didn't ask me if I murdered my son.
Where he was?
He did ask if I knew. What? Do you know who has him, or yeah? Do you know who has him or where he is? But the one that was failed was whether or not he was in the truck with me.
I call BS totally. Let me see. Hang on just a second. I'm going to look through these real quick to make sure. I thought there was one more.
Hormon, Kyron's stepmother, was the last known person to see the...
Hold on. Let me see. There was one more I was hoping to show you guys. But I might not have saved it to our little playlist here. No. Okay. There was another one, and we'll play it. I'll find it and play it next time. There was a little episode with Dr. Phil where he is reading text messages that she was sending just 2 weeks after Kyron disappeared to a man, not her husband. And don't forget, it was along the same time frame that she tried to hire someone to unalive her husband, Kyron's dad. Yes, Kyron's mother is still, to this day, trying her best, talking to every person she needs to be in contact with, staying in contact with them, making sure that her son is not forgotten until he can be found. It does, Holly. It really does. It is so very sad that these children who are full of life, living their life innocent and free and just happy, have to be abused by family, have to be not liked by the step parent, wanting to be gotten rid of, and all of a sudden they're gone. Yeah, Doug Bishop, he's great. I love his interviews and stuff he does. He is super good. Well, guys, we are not going to stop on Kyron's case. We're going to still look over things and go over things, compare on things that are said. I still have more to show you, but I wanted to go over those few things today. I thank you all for being here with me. I appreciate y'all and your interest in this young man, because he deserves to be found. All this time later, he still deserves to be found. And it is my opinion that his stepmother and her best friend know exactly where that young man is at. Hey, TJ. Woo! TJ's so good she outran 90-mile-an-hour winds in a tornado. So glad you're safe, though. You have fun, TJ. It says, have they found out who the human leg belongs to? I have heard in June at a different location, there was a right leg that was found. This leg that was just recently found close to Hendersonville was a left leg and possibly belongs to the same woman. It's a female, is what I'm hearing. I can't be 100% on that. I can't say for sure, but that's what chatter is all about right now. That is possibly a female leg. Unfortunately for us, still nothing. Thank you all guys for being here. Make sure to hit that like button. Thank you for helping me meet my goal today. Thank you all for just being here and being part of our family that we've developed. We might be small, but we are mighty. So it was only just minutes from Seth's home. Yeah. Or it was Sebastian's home, right? Yeah, close to Hendersonville. Yeah, thank you, Miss Rhonda. You take care of yourself. Hope you get to feeling better. Bo, I hope your friend starts healing soon. TJ, if you're still listening, you forget about all of us and you just enjoy your time and have a wonderful trip and just a safe trip home. But I love you guys so much. I will do my best to be on here again tomorrow. We'll see. Make sure you have that little thumbs up. Yes, Jackie did meet our goal. Yes. Thank y'all so much. I might come on tonight and do a late live, and it can just be a chat, whatever y'all want to talk about. If you have anything you want to discuss or anything like that, I'll see when we get back from the pool and then going out on the lake for sunset, and we'll see what happens after that. So y'all be looking out. I might do that. If not, I will try my best to be here tomorrow. But happy Friday, everybody. And we'll talk soon, okay? Y'all be good. Love and hugs. Bye.